Students headed back to school this week at Lakeland schools, and they might have noticed several major changes because of the pandemic. Joining me this morning to talk about how the first week is going is Lakeland Superintendent Dr. Horrell. Dr. Horrell, what have you learned so far about the first week?
The first week's been a great first week for Lakeland school system, as opposed to last year. Most things that we have in place looked a lot like normal school. The major exception is that all the students and faculty are in masks now based on the Shelby County Health Department's mandate. But for the most part, we're doing things that we weren't able to do last year, such as changing classes, eating lunch in the cafeteria. We have not had to restrict the class sizes as we did last year, which made for some pretty dramatic changes. We started last class year, particularly at the middle school, with desks everywhere you could have desks, including the hallways, the cafeteria, the gymnasium, the library. So we had spaces that weren't meant to be instructional spaces being used for instruction. And this year, kids are back in the classrooms and, hitting it hard this first day of school, this first week of school rather. And so far, so good. We're really excited about this school year.
Yeah, I know many people are excited for that sense of normalcy, but I do want to ask you about the mask policies, because just weeks ago, Lakeland and other municipal schools decided they were not going to require masks until the county health department stepped in. And I'm curious how you all reached that initial decision. And now looking back, do you believe it was the right decision, especially knowing what we know now?
So that's a great question. The school board was one of the organizations that had the authority to issue a mask mandate, the Shelby County Health Department being the other. And as we got closer to the start of school, the school board was still of the opinion that the right thing to do was give it a shot without masks, or rather having it mask optional, and giving the parents that choice in the school building, and then just keep an eye on the numbers and see how things were going. Obviously, the Shelby County Health Department got involved, and we're under their jurisdiction. So we made that pivot pretty quickly on Friday morning, and we're back in school and up and running.
What has been the biggest adjustment with the mandatory mask? Are there any issues at any of your elementary or middle schools?
No, I think sometimes people forget we did the entirety of last school year in masks. We started school on time on August 10th last year, and we finished in May with masks. So it was not a major adjustment for our students and faculty. We were all used to it. We just had to make a quick adjustment that Friday before school started on Monday. But so far there haven't been any issues in terms of compliance or anything else. We're just back in school with masks on.
All right, and we've also seen a local school shut down this week because of the number of staff members infected with COVID-19. Have you had a chance to look at your district? And if you have, tell us, what steps has Lakeland taken to minimize the spread?
Sure. We take a look at our district every day, and we keep up with those numbers. So far, since school started, we did have some cases reported prior to school starting, but so far, as of Thursday morning, we haven't had any faculty or staff cases reported to us since the start of school. We're keeping up with the kind of more intensive cleaning measures that we put into place last year at the start of the pandemic. Certainly, I think people are more conscious of social distancing and making sure that spacing is a little more than it used to be when that's possible. It's not always possible, and we're putting teaching and learning first, and the group activities and things that we're used to. But really, it's just those sort of adjustments, just making sure that we're very aware of how people feel and encouraging people to not come to school if they're not feeling well. That's a big one. And I'll tell you another major one that we just were able to implement this week, and that is we do have COVID-19 tests on hand at both schools that are available to faculty and students who may have some questions about whether or not they've been exposed or they're not feeling so great. They used to have to go somewhere to do that, and it was a bit of an ordeal. Now we can do it right there in the school buildings and get rapid PCR tests, actually. So it's a good thing for our students and faculty.
Yeah, no kidding, especially having it all on hand there. What are you looking forward to most this school year?
I think we're really looking forward to kind of returning to that intense focus on academics and assessment and data analysis. We really, last year, we were focused much more holistically on not only the whole child, but the whole faculty member and staff member. It was a difficult time, as everybody knows. And we put a lot of care and time and attention and thought into making sure that all of the needs of the students and faculty are met. We try to do that on a regular year, but I think we were much less focused on kind of certainly standardized testing and data and assessment and things like that. But those are normal things for us to do. So we're back to hitting that hard. We're deep into our analysis of scores and data from last year to make sure that we can meet the kids where they are and move them forward. So we're excited about that.
Dr. Ted Horrell with Lakeland Schools, thanks so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks, John.